the Dubai thing for me is so much deeper than everything that was portrayed in the media.
Right.
And it goes back to when, so I met this guy, I met him in Thailand, and then we started seeing each other in Marbella.
Okay.
It was never serious. But in 2020, before COVID, like there was lockdowns and rules and regulations, I actually wanted to go out to Dubai to work and for a month. So I went out there and I ended up staying a bit longer because that guy was there, and I ended up getting involved with him. And when I tell you, like, you know, narcissists are never, they don't have narcissists written.
No, you wouldn't be able to tell.
You don't meet someone and they punch you in the face. Like, you don't know that you're going to get into an abusive relationship because at the start it's perfect. When I say like literally perfect, it's like 3-4 months of literally the funniest, sweetest, caring person. We'd go on holidays. He was patient, and you get drawn into this idea of someone, and you're happy, you know? And so that's what happened. And I was in Dubai with this person, and then slowly it was revealed like the kind of person that he was.
Right.
And he was very controlling. He was very emotionally abusive, and he wasn't good for me because the people that he was around, they put me in situations like the video and everything like that. I'm not going to sit here and say I've never taken before. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I'm innocent. I'm 28.
You and the rest of the population.
I'm 28 years old. I've traveled the world, going to festivals and experimenting and do all these fun things that young people do. In that situation in Dubai, I wanted to leave. I wanted to go home. I had a flight booked. We had an argument, and I was like, this is it. Like, I'm done and I'm leaving. And I basically I went to a beach club the night that I was meant to fly. The day before, I went to this beach club, and I gave my passport to them to check the ID because you couldn't get in without the passport. And then they looked at me and they said, "Ma'am, this doesn't have a picture." And I looked at my passport, and he'd ripped the page out of my passport.
Stop.
So when he kicked me out of the apartment when I was leaving and everything like that, and he was putting all my stuff in the bags and I was packing up, he got my passport, he ripped it out. And then that's why I couldn't leave. And that it was Christmas and I just wanted to be with my family.
Yeah, of course.
And so it took me ages to get the passport back, a new passport. I had to actually get it ordered to England, and my friend flew out with it. And it's just like, those situations, they're so controlling, and it's not just like physical abuse, it's emotional abuse, and it's like destroying your possessions or telling you can't do this and like actually manipulating you. And I wasn't strong enough to be out there in Dubai and not have...
But it's different as well when you're in a different country, because you're vulnerable then anyway, because you're not in familiar surroundings, you're not surrounded by...
Yeah, it's a completely
your usual people.
Different bubble.
Yeah.
And everything was going on with COVID back home, which is why I stayed out for even longer, because I didn't want to come home and be in the lockdown and everything like that. But yeah, I wasn't strong enough to leave. I went back eventually. And long story short, when I did eventually finish it and I moved back to the UK, and I just wanted to like start my life and move forwards, but he was always kind of there, but he didn't live in the UK.
Was he still messaging you and stuff at this point?
Yeah, we was both messaging each other, and I said to him, like, I'm going to move to Manchester. And I was looking at this beautiful flat in Manchester, and I eventually bought it. And I said to him, like, I'm going to live in Manchester now. And I think to him, that was like me solidifying that I was never going to get back with him. And when people want to be in control so badly and they don't feel like they're in control, they will retaliate because they want to win and they want to have control over you. And whether that's like ruining your career or hurting you, like, that's what he did. And I didn't know that he actually took that video at the start of our relationship.
So you had no clue he was videoing that?
No.
At all? Fine.
I didn't know. And I was with him for a year after that, sleeping in the same bed with him. We went and lived in Bali.
And he still kept that video the whole time?
He had that video, and I had no idea.
That's mental.